You know, I didn't think I would have to have this argument again, but here we go. But first, some background. When I was in 7th grade, I was sitting with a couple friends at lunch. We were having a superhero argument. I can't remember how or why, but for some reason I thought, how cool would it be if everybody's favorite webhead went up against the Bat of Gotham? So naturally I said what came to my head. Hey guys, Hey guys! Who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Batman? Batman. What? Every one of those guys thought Batman would win, but boy are they wrong. That was basically the argument and conversation for the rest of the school year, until the last day of school, when one of the guys, his name was TJ, finally admitted to my amazing persuasion skills that I don't have. Then 5 months later I moved, and dropped the whole argument, until the end of 8th grade, when I was telling Jason this story. And he has not backed down into defeat. Personally, I'm sick of this argument, so this is the last time I'm having it. I'm talking to you, Jason. I'm going into 10th grade. I got better things to do than argue for any longer. It's been going on for 3 years. So after this, I'm done. Also, before I start, Jason made a video about why Batman is better than Spider-Man, and you should go watch it. After you watch this video, of course. And then when you're done with his video, make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's do this. First, let's start with the points made in Jason's video. And he made some pretty good points, I'm not gonna lie. Jason found on a website that Batman is apparently the most popular superhero, and right below him is Spider-Man. Sure, you can take the website's advice, but is it 100% reliable? Maybe. Me and Jason have both made polls on Instagram and a different app I use. Spider-Man won on both. My personal account has 113 followers. Jason, on the other hand, has 172 followers. He's more popular than me. So that adds together to 285 people voting on average. And let's say 80% of the people voted into the polls. 77% on Jason said that Spider-Man was better. On my poll, Spidey got 77.8%, Batman got 22.2%. So when you put the numbers down, it's pretty clear. A lot of people think that Spider-Man's better. Plus, look at this. Another point Jason brought up was Batman's money. Sure, it sounds cool to have, but think about it. Spider-Man works harder to beat the bad guys. If Batman loses a piece of tech, all he does is go back and make more, and not even realize how much money it's being taken out of his bank account. So I guess what I'm trying to say is Spider-Man is a bit more resourceful and uses his surroundings instead of spending money on something he needs. In Jason's video, Spider-Man became strong overnight. Yes, he did. But Batman abandoned his friends and family for 7 years just to be who he is now. And even still, at peak human condition, he still has a stopping point. Say Bane breaking his back, for instance. Also, sure, Spider-Man is young, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. Huh, what a huge surprise. Jason also made a point that Spider-Man webs his criminals up. Batman beats the living crap out of them. I will have you know that Spider-Man punches and kicks people too. But if he were to just use his full extent of his strength, he would probably kill someone. So Spider-Man is just more humble towards bad guys. Jason also brought up that in Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man quit because he lost his powers. Before he got his powers, he was just a wimpy nerd, so there was nothing he can really do when he lost his powers. And also, Jason, I don't think you can really bring up the topic of Spider-Man 2 when you haven't even seen the movie yet. Also, what do you call this? He quit for 8 frickin' years! Okay, moving on. Sure, Spider-Man talks nonstop, but it's pretty distracting. I feel it would be pretty distracting if I was the criminal. Also, in a fight, Batman's stealth would not help him in the slightest bit. For 2 words. Spider sense. Those are just some of the topics brushed over in Jason's video. Don't get me wrong, it was a good video. I like all the points he brought up, and yes, Spider-Man would struggle against Batman, but I still think Spider-Man's better. No one can change my opinion of that. But here are a couple more reasons on why I think Spider-Man's better than Batman. I'm just going to name them real quick. Batman only fights at night. Spider-Man fights 24/7. Batman fights mostly psychotic maniacs who don't have any powers. And most of the time, he's outsmarted by them. Spider-Man tries to reason with the bad guys before beating them to a pulp. Batman, however, just beats the living crap out of them and possibly kills them with no reasoning whatsoever. Batman v Superman. Spider-Man balances work, school, and being a hero. Batman, not so much. Spider-Man fights villains like Venom, Electro, Goblin, people with actual powers. Batman fights a clown, a strong drug victim, and a guy with a cold gun. This is the last and probably favorite reason why Spider-Man is better than Batman. Are you ready? Spider-Man did not wear his underwear over his suit for years. I mean, come on, I can't really get past that. Who wears underwear over their suits besides Superman? Batman. Jason, just admit defeat. And though I applaud him for an entertaining video, shout out to Jason Cragen. Now go watch his video.